Good evening. Episode 10, is it now? Sounds like it should be 10. That's what I put down earlier. Also, I can't hear myself in my ears. That's a bit weird. Now I can. There we go. How are we doing this evening? Welcome, Tipster Catnip. Thank you for the host there, Tipster. Random Zombie, Natter, Steve, Puzzle Dan, Score Count, Chef Gordon Ramsay once again. Hello there. Lion TK. Hello to you too. Is that all the people so far? That's all the people so far. And Harry, of course. Hello there, Harry. And Jerry. Welcome, Jerry. I need to do that at one point, Score Count, but also I need a third hand, I guess, to press the button. Unless I can automate it. Thinks about automating the button. So yes, this is part number the 10th of Duel Season 2. Let's take a look at where we're currently standing at the moment. Let's go. I think it's that button I need to press. There we go. That's the button I need to press. So, up in the upper bracket, we've done all of the quarters. So we're now into the semi-finals. We don't have any semi-finals to play out this evening, unless, of course, Tipster is feeling all right and Jerry is around. I know Jerry is around. I've seen that. But Tipster did say to me yesterday we weren't in the best conditions, so if you want to rest up, that's no problem. We've got a while to wait anyway for situations to happen in the lower bracket. So all the matches that we do have scheduled this evening are all lower quarter-final part 2s. So we're going to have, first I think we're going to have Cetra and Harry, because Cetra would prefer an earlier slot. Then it'll be Natter and Catnip. And then after that is Royal Flush and Sabster, although Royal Flush has just arrived back home. And yeah, there's various cat vomits and mouldy fridge or something that he needs to sort out. So maybe be around later. We may have to pad for time with an exhibition duel or something like that. So yeah, we've got three scheduled for this evening. As I say, we'll probably have some time for some exhibition duels to fill out the time. If his match is on tonight, expect this stream to go till 11. Well, funny you should say that. Courtesy of Mr. Farnham Ref, who is not going to be with us this evening, I believe. But he did kindly send over some documents that he's been writing up and kind of putting Elias to shame with the stats of that. But it's not a competition. But he's gone through all of the original VODs and tracked things like number of questions, number of chips, duration in duels, things like that. Like I said, it's not a competition, Elias, but he did say he just did this, and I'm like, oh right, okay, yeah, cool. Send that information over, yeah, I'll take it. So yeah, I've got lots of information here about all of our current duelists, so I can use this later on when I'm introducing the various people to talk about stuff, and there's other things here as well that I can get into as well later. Seriously though, yeah, I know there's a lot of information in there. Unfortunately, it's not complete because of the whole situation of losing the first episode's VOD. That's down to me really for not catching that sooner. But everything from episodes 2 through 9 of season 2, there is information tracked on that. So There we go. Right. Let's get on to the first duel then, I guess. Do we have a Harry? I see a Harry is in vocalized, but he's currently deafened. Do we have a Cetra? Cetra. Anybody see Cetra? Cetra. Harry. You're up. Harry's around. Yeah, I was just going to get a drink. Fair enough. No worries. It's perfectly cooked. Perfectly cooked to what specification though, Mr. Gordon Ramsay? What specification? I mean, what kind of cut of whatever have we cut of meat have we got situation here? Because I kind of like I kind of like rare, more on the rare side than like medium, but not as crazy as going blue though. That's a bit too much. That's a bit too rare for me. Oh no, you've overyoked that one, Scorecard. I know that's nothing to do with the eggs, but whatever. Yeah, you've taken that a bit too far. Yeah, Cetra Harry. Harry, yeah, you're around. Cetra, yeah, you you are online. I can see you there online, mobile wise. Medium rare, yeah, are more rare. I mean, I guess it depends on the cut of beef, though. Some are better medium rare than rare, but hey. All right, I can see a Cetra. Let's bring Cetra in for the time being, and we'll wait for Harry to make an appearance. Hello, Cetra. How you doing? Hello, Cetra.
Hello,
Hey, there we go. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
How's your internet holding up? Is it all good?
It is all good.
It is all good. Brilliant. Okay, so let's get to the lower quarterfinals, second round, wherever that information is. Where is it? Or do we just find you by your duelist info? Probably your duelist info. I'm just going to bring up your information. Where are you? Here we are. So, your information here we have is you did win against Not Jumble Numbers and won against Samster. You did lose against Bronx. And out of all of the games that you have played, so one of them hasn't been tracked. From the look of things, the first duel hasn't been tracked. You played 3 duels, so you should have had a chip count maximum of 30. You've lost 18 of your 20 chips that has been tracked. So that's what's that? He might have collated some information from season 1 as well. But yeah, he may have collated some extra information, Catnip, but this is all. I haven't really proofread any of this information here, so yeah, this looks right for season 2 though. This here looks right for season 2. Yeah, probably did keep all the chips. So that probably would say 18 of 30 rather than 18 of 20 there. You have faced 11 questions counted, and you've used 3 of 4 accelerators, and just shy of 30 minutes of game time, 27 minutes and 14 seconds played in duels so far. Sound a bit low, really? I'm quite high up on the mix. I don't think it's particularly quiet. Although Cetra's now just moved out for some reason. Let me bring Cetra back in. Welcome back, Cetra. Hello, Cetra.
Hello.
There we go. Discord's having a bit of a tiz, apparently. You got dragged out. I didn't know when you went. But I was just going over the stats saying that you've lost 18 chips out of the 30 you've played so far, and you've faced about 11 questions. There'll be a couple of extra against not a jumble of numbers. And you've used 3
That was
of
just one against the jumble of numbers.
it was just a 1 question duel, was it? So that would have been 12
Yeah.
questions then in total. And you would use 3 of 4 accelerators, and your game time, it says here 27 minutes 14 seconds. I guess it's probably just a few seconds extra than on that for that 1 question duel on not a jumble of numbers. All right, how do you feel going up against Harry this evening?
I think this will be a glorious duel.
You think it'll be a glorious duel? Alrighty. Well, let's bring Harry into the channel here. Welcome, Harry.
Hello.
Oh, you're nice and loud. That's good to hear.
Cool.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
You're okay.
Yeah.
Only
I finished.
Go on.
Well, I finished my summer job for now, so it's all good.
Okay. Cool.
Got all the time in the world now, apart from when I go to Finland. So.
Oh, we're going to Finland. When's that?
30th of August for 4 days.
All right. Cool. Well, that should be fun. Doing anything in particular, or?
Meeting a friend.
Ah, cool. All right, so let's look at your stats. So, upper 16, you lost against Royal Flush in what looks to be a 52-minute and 28-second long duel that consisted of 24 questions just in that one singular duel. You then did win against Talcott and win against Daniel Peak. Out of all of the chips, you've only lost 19 of your 30 chips across those 3 duels. You have faced 39 questions, that is. So that's probably the largest number of questions anyone's faced so far in Season 2. You've used 3 of your 6 accelerators, and you've played for 1.5 hours. So you've played 1 extra hour on top of what Cetra has played.
That's, yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, pretty much that one duel against Royal Flush has kind of contributed to that one
That's
full
half
hour.
of it,
So yeah, this is going to be it's kind of like Cetra is sort of taking a slightly different route here, and yeah, Harry's gone for the endurance route.
Yeah. I'm going 100%. He's going speedrunning any percent.
That's what it is. Yeah, exactly. How do you feel going against Cetra this evening, Harry?
I don't know. Be fun. Apart from that, I don't want to sound too confident in case I lose, but I don't want to sound not too confident in case I win. So 50-50.
50-50. All right. Well, that's 30% less than Bronx normally goes with. It's always the 80% rule. Well, yeah, good luck to both of you. Let's go to the buzz-in page. Are you both in there? I can see Cetra is.
There you go.
Cetra is with 4271, and Harry. Just check your user. Harry is just Harry.
Name.
Yeah, thank you very much for the very easy names.
No, let me just add 12 numbers onto the end of that.
Yeah, please don't. Yes, Porta Aura. This is it's a slightly uninteractive episode of Quiz Night, but we do have people in the community that we're playing in this tournament. It was sort of a 24-person double elimination tournament that we're playing, and we're sort of into the second half of it now, although sort of approaching the upper semi-finals. We've still got quite a few of the.
I think we're about 60% of the way through.
Yeah, something like that, I would say.
This is around duel 30 of like 47 or something.
Yeah, yours is specifically duel number 33 out of the 46/47. So yeah, something like that. And Cat Neighbour just giving you the link to the challenge link so you can watch the tournament from there. All right, let's get you a test question, make certain everything's working. I have done a very slight update to the page. You'll now actually be able to see the number of chips you have. Woo! By popular demand. So there's your test question. So now it should say at the top 5 minutes and 10 chip bracket S close bracket, and then when you play around, that number should change.
It does indeed.
Beautiful. Harry is locked in. Has it appeared in your end, Cetra? Oh, have you just refreshed the page there? Harry is accelerating. Well, this is why we do a test.
A test question.
Yeah. Okay, let me change the name and check it again. I just need to reset everything. I thought I put your right name in, Cetra, but apparently I didn't. I missed your numbers off. Do you see it now, Cetra?
I do.
There we go. There's your options. Harry's in accelerating. Cetra is in. There we go. We're all good now, technologically wise. Oh, I copied an old version of the scene. Sorry, people, we don't have the glowy green and glowy red stuff in the background. My bad. I copied an old scene that doesn't have that change in. So, we'll just have to do with slightly less visual effects this evening. But the glowy, I know the glowy, Elias, but I kind of did all of this setup 1 hour before the stream, including that change to the website. So, you know, add it back in. I don't even, oh no, I can't. That'd just be, no.
Too much effort.
No, it's too much effort, and it's going to delay the stream, and I don't really want to delay the stream anymore, so... It's only aesthetics. It's only aesthetics. I'm sure you can deal with it just for one week. All right. Are you both ready to play?
Vaguely.
Vaguely. Cetra, are you ready? You are ready. Okay. Cetra and Harry, let us duel. Good luck to both of you. Here comes your first question. Which of these teams does not play their home games in New York State? Your options are New York Rangers, New York Knicks, New York Mets, New York Giants. Cetra is in. I don't know if I could prove that, Catnip. Harry's having a bit of a think on this one. Know much about New York State, Harry? In the sports world?
I've heard of the Knicks and the Mets. And I assume they play in New York. And I've heard of the Jets.
Okay, Harry is locked in. Straw poll results are in. Sorry, Cetra. It seems everybody in the audience is going with Harry on this one. 7 votes to 0.
No.
But hey, this happened last time though with Samster. Everyone voted against Cetra, against the Samster deal, and then guess who won?
No.
I just had one vote. Just watch the award afterwards. I saw there was 1 vote for me.
Oh, Porta Ora apparently voted for Cetra, so it should actually be 7 votes to 1. There you go. There you go. You have your one diehard fan in the audience there, Cetra. Okay, let us see what you have locked in. So Cetra going with all of the answers, making certain to get through. Harry with a bit more of a sort of thoughtful decision, going with A, New York Rangers, and D, New York Giants. What's your reasoning for that, Harry?
Well, like I said, I've heard of the Knicks and the Mets. I've not heard of Giants or the Rangers, and I assume the Knicks and the Mets play in New York. So, I mean, if I'm wrong, then oh well, I guess. But yeah.
Will it be a one-question duel? Let's see. Correct answer is D, New York Giants. So, New York Mets baseball team, New York Knicks basketball team, New York Rangers ice hockey team all play in New York City. However, despite the name New York Giants, football play their home games at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, around 8 miles west of New York City itself. So it's a nearby location, but it isn't in New York State specifically. So, Cetra is now down to 7 chips, who are definitely through on that question. Still has 4 minutes.
I'm very
52.
glad I hadn't heard of the Giants. Otherwise, I would have gotten that wrong.
And Harry now on 9 chips, 4:14 remaining. Both players with both accelerators left to play. Let's move on to question number 2. Sun Wukong, sometimes called the Monkey King, is a character in the classic Chinese novel Journey to the What? The answers are east, west, south, north. Harry is in. And accelerating. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cetra is in. Let's see what you've gone with. Well, it's definitely either ending on this question, or we go to a sudden death question. Cetra has locked in on A, East, and C, South. Harry has locked in on B, West. I'll go to you first, Cetra. What were the reasons that you gave for A, East, and C, South?
I don't really know. I think it's like a random guess, but then I think I've screwed up.
You think you've screwed up. And Harry, B, West. What's the reasoning for that?
Well, I've heard of Sun Wukong and the Chinese novel Journey to the West. I hope it's Journey to the West anyway. That's what I remember. It was like I think it was a Ming Dynasty or something novel. And also I think West makes the most sense because China is in the East anyway. So that's if I would have guessed West if I didn't know. Well, if I had to choose one, but I'm fairly confident on this because I'm pretty sure I've heard it before. So.
All right. Well, if the answer is A, East, or C, South, then Cetra wins this duel and remains in the tournament. If the answer is B, West, Harry wins and remains in this tournament. If the answer is D, North, we go to a sudden death question. The correct answer is B, West, and Harry has won this duel on, unfortunately, a 2-question duel. Unlucky for that one, Cetra. How do you feel?
Sad.
Sad. I mean,
I feel sad now.
I mean,
Going to go on for a little longer than that.
I mean, everyone would have hoped for a much longer duel than that, but
I'll play you in a friendly at some time.
we can certainly arrange an exhibition duel at some point in the near future, definitely. But alas, Cetra is out and eliminated from Duel Season 2. Harry stays in, wins with 9 chips remaining, and you will be facing Harry up against the winner of the next duel about to play between Natter and Catnip. Yeah. If you had to pick who you'd want to face against, who would you pick?
Catnip. Catnip. I've been wanting to play each other for a few rounds, so wins. Nothing against Natter.
Nothing against Natter at all. You
Catnip.
just Catnip just decided to move in. Hello there, Catnip.
Am I too early?
That's fine. That's fine.
We were just talking about you.
So yes, Harry, well done. You have moved into lower semi-final part 1. Where you will face up against the winner of the next deal coming up. Congratulations. We'll see you in future deals. Commiserations, Cetra. We do lose you at this point, but I do ask all the people that are leaving the tournament, if you wanted to pick someone, who do you feel would be the best, who do you think would win Season 2 of Duel, or who would you like to win Season 2 of Duel?
Not really sure. There are several people who look really to win the entire.
What does that say?
Several people that look like they could be able to.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, maybe either you, Harry, or actually Bronx.
Harry
Bronx
or
looks very
Bronx?
strong.
Yes, Bronx. That unfortunately did put you down into the lower bracket, etc. But yeah, Harry is a strong competitor, very strong competitor. As I say, who's played now about 1 hour and 35 minutes of dueling so far.
That's the shortest duel I'm ever gonna get.
It's probably the shortest duel, unfortunately. Yes, I just want to check up against Royal Flush's stats here actually to see if it. No, sorry.
He's about 135 or so. I think I've done more questions, but he's done more time.
He is slightly longer. Yeah, you've done more questions. He's done 35 questions. He's played for 1 hour and 38 minutes. But that last duel we had was a bit of a podcast duel, so yeah, that kind of made it a bit longer just by exaggeration.
That was a fun one. I liked that.
All right. Well, thank you very much, both of you, for playing this duel. It is hard times leaving on just a 2-question duel, but unfortunately, it does happen. Thank you very much, both of you, for playing this evening.
Thank you very much.
Okay, now we move on to second duel of this evening, which is Catnip and Natter. I'll just bring Natter into the chat. Welcome, Natter. Woof woof.
You hear me?
Hello there. Yes. And Catnip. Hello, Catnip.
Hello.
How you doing?
It's gonna be a rough weekend and rough week, but well, tonight it's duel time, so I'm having fun.
That's good, my love.
It's good to hear. Natter versus Catnip. That's the one. I'm sure I have updated that. You are now 29, aren't you, Catnip?
Now I am. Yes.
Now you are
turned
29.
about a month ago.
About a month ago, so that is now up to date. Beautiful. Let's get some stats on you guys. So Natter, let's find you. I wish freaking LibreOffice wasn't so slow to scroll. Natter, here we are. You won against Talcott. You won against Dazarino in a 1-question duel.
As well as Cal got in the one question duel as well too, don't you mind?
Okay, yes. And the last duel you had was a loss against Grunkle Squeaky, which ended up in pure dualness or perfect dualness.
Oh yeah, that last ventricle one killed me off, unfortunately. But oh well, that's what happens, you see.
Indeed. You've only faced. Well, the other one was a 1-question. That was 9 questions you have faced in total for this season, which is probably the lowest number of questions anyone has faced this season so far. And you've played for 21 minutes, which is a very short time for the remaining players that are still in this duel. Although Clive has only played the 1 duel, so kind of beats you on that one. Oh, Daz actually beats you. Sorry, Daz has only played for 6 minutes and 57 seconds. Bless his heart.
Shortest of his time. Bless his heart. I know. I get that, but still, I have the shortest duel of them all as well too. I think it was between either Salcott or Dazarino. I think with that 1-question duel.
You're 20 now as well, Harry. All right, I need to update. Okay, right.
See, Salcott, I think I did that duel in about about 6 seconds, I think.
Oh yeah, it was a really stupidly short lock-in, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really short one, wasn't it?
Yeah. And what was your Q count, score count? Let's have a quick look. Where are you? Where are you, score count? Oh, you'll be in the top 16 because you were from season 1. There you are, score count. You had 19 questions played. Score count. 40 minutes of gameplay as well. It's quite a lot of time. All right, Natter. How do you feel going up against Catnip this evening?
Well, I'm sure that the Baltic Bobcat will do pretty well for herself today, but hopefully I might actually be able to take her down, but you never know.
You never know. All right, and Catnip. So your route here is winning against Hunter Dillon, then losing against Jerry Ellis, then winning against Not Jumble Numbers in a 2-question duel, and then winning versus Connor in a sudden death situation.
That was a fun one.
That was indeed a fun one, yes. And that was, of course, my introduction of all of the really teasy stuff that I added.
Of all the other fun things.
Yes, all the other fun things. You have lost, of the deals that we have tracked, you've lost 22 of 30 chips. You've faced 18 questions and you've used 3 of 6 accelerators. And you've played for about 34 minutes, which is 13 more minutes than Natter has. How do you feel going against Natter this evening?
I'm okay as I can be. Okay, I'll try my best. Well, I'll try something, and we'll see how it goes. I do want to add one thing if I can.
Sure.
Natter very often refers to me as Baltic something, like Baltic Lass or like now Baltic Bobcat, especially in terms of opponent in duel. So it's kind of very symbolic that I'm fighting today, because today is the 30th anniversary of something called Baltic Chain.
All right.
Which was a sort of peaceful political demonstration where people across Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia made just like a human bridge. They just linked arms. So about 2 million people participated in that.
Yeah.
So like
cool.
it's very much So like Baltic something for today is very
Mhm.
much the theme.
Oh, and thank you very much for the link there for those that are interested in the in more details on the Wikipedia page. Thank you for that. All right. Straw poll is on the way. Thank you, score count. Nata, I see you're in. Catnip, are you in on the page?
I should be. I joined earlier. Should I do that again for?
Probably refresh just in case. Oh, there you are. I can see it. I can see your name.
I just clicked the thing again.
Catnip, and I'll just check your name as well, Nata, because I did mess up Cetra's, and I don't want to mess it up again. Nata, IKH.
IKH.
Yep,
The
yep,
capital IK and H.
Indeed. Let's get you a test question. Do you both see it?
Right?
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
There's your options. And hopefully you also see the new chip count that's up there as well.
Yes.
There you go. Cool. That's all sorted then. 60 seconds on the straw poll for that. Welcome, Grunkle, to the audience. All right. So you both ready to play?
My former contestant that I incidentally lost to, thanks to Vic. But still, I hope he does well for his match next time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, welcome, Royal Flush as well. Are you ready, Catnip?
Yes.
Straw poll results are in. Catnip 5, Natter 3.
Ooh.
Very interesting. So it's
Close-ish.
it's close-ish indeed. All right. So if you're both ready to play, let us duel. Also, Whiskers wants to duel as well, apparently. Hello, Whiskers.
Hello,
Cat
Whiskers.
type?
Cat hype indeed. All right, I can't show favoritism. I'm a host. Good luck to both of you. Here is your first question. On what day of the week is the hardest New York Times crossword puzzle published? Your options are... Oops. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. You get the way, Whiskers. Both having a little think on this one. Catnip is in. And so is Natter. Let's see what you've gone with. Well, we're definitely not getting a one-question duel out of this one. Both players locking in on all of the options. Not certain at all what the right answer is. Catnip, what was your sort of reasoning, your logic?
It just I don't feel like I have thoughts and assumptions, but I don't know enough to risk it on the first question.
Mm-hmm.
If I had only one, I probably would have put it on Monday or Sunday on Monday for 2.
All right. And Natter, any thinking on it, or is it just didn't have a clue?
I was actually thinking of going on either Saturday or Sunday, but I'm just gonna put all my chips down because I have no goddamn clue about it. I'm gonna say Saturday if it was a one chip, 2 question situation. So I'll say Saturday.
You would have said Saturday in a one-question setup. The correct answer is B. Saturday was the right answer. The factoid information I have is the Sunday puzzles are designed to match Thursday's difficulty, but are just larger in size. So they're not necessarily harder, but they're just the same difficulty as Thursday's, just bigger. But Saturday's is supposed to be the hardest puzzle of each week in the New York Times. Right, both players on 7 chips remaining, and both have pretty much the same amount of time left on the clock, 4:38 and 4:41. And of course, both players have both accelerators still in play. Let's move on to question number 2. What was the first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture at the Oscars? Nominated. Your options are 101 Dalmatians, Fantasia, The Lion King, Beauty and the Beast. Very specifically talking about being nominated, not necessarily winning. Know your Oscars, Catnip?
I mean, not well enough to have locked in by now, but I have some ideas.
Natty, you follow the Oscars?
I do, but this is actually kind of a tough one as well too.
It's not often you sort of talk about animated films within the Oscars. It's normally, you know, best actor, best actress kind of thing. But animated films, they still have their own right to be there in the Oscars. Nata is locked in and accelerating. Catnip is locked in. Okay. We have an interesting situation. We have all situations covered. We have possible win for Nata, possible win for Catnip, possible move on, and possible sudden death. All on the possible options.
Gotta love those.
So, here we go. Nata locked in on C, the Lion King, and D, Beauty and the Beast. What was your reasonings for those two options?
I was also gonna go with Fantasia, but my mind was there just thinking to myself, it couldn't be Fantasia because animated movies were nominated back then in 1931. Something like that. That wouldn't be possible. So I decided to go with the Lion King and Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast was sort of in that situation too where it could have been a nominated picture, but I don't know.
Alright. And Catnip, you locked in on B, Fantasia, and C, the Lion King. What was your reasons for that?
Well, firstly, Lion King is kind of an obvious good candidate for that.
Savannah! Yeah.
Sorry?
Savannah! Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Oh, man. No, wait, I have a cat. One moment, I have a cat. Savannah! Oh, you do not like that at all, do you? Sorry. Sorry, Whiskers, you do not like that. So, sorry, Cat, if I was interrupting you there.
Yeah, treating one cat for another. So yeah, The Lion King was kind of the obvious candidate for that. 101 Dalmatians I ruled out because it just wasn't that good, or like wouldn't be that good in terms of critics. Fantasia, it feels like it was more of a classic than like the notion got to hear. From just what I briefly read. Beauty and the Beast I wanted to put in as well, but then I thought that Beauty and the Beast, if it was nominated, it would most likely be nominated for something like Best Soundtrack, or like, I don't know if they would do animated for Best Costumes or things like that, but it's more of a soundtrack rather than Best Picture as a whole. That's when I went back on that one.
Alright, so if the answer is D, Beauty and the Beast, Nata wins and remains in the tournament. The answer is B, Fantasia, Catnip wins and remains in the tournament. The answer is C, the Lion King, we stay as we are. If the answer is A, 101 Dalmatians, then we go to sudden death.
I could watch.
You can't watch?
Oh,
Well, I can. So, I can reveal that the first answer that is incorrect is A, 101 Dalmatians.
Okay.
Second answer that is incorrect is C, the Lion King.
Oh no!
So we definitely have a winner.
Oh, no.
Is it D, Beauty and the Beast, or is it B, Fantasia?
Oh god.
The correct answer to remain in the tournament is D, Beauty and the Beast, and Nata wins. Oh, so Beauty and the Beast was nominated in 1991. That was the first animated film to be nominated for Best Picture. Unlucky Catnip, but
I wanted to put that one on, but I thought I wasted enough chips already.
Trying to conserve the chip economy, I'm afraid, did bite you in the ass a little there. And yeah, Nata takes it. How do you feel, Nata?
I'm actually speechless. Oh my god. Oh my god. actually defeated Catnip. Oh my god, I'm actually speechless. Oh my god.
Oh, thank you for the clip there, Tipster.
Apparently, so am I.
Oh, wow. Well, that was a question and a half. I mean, it was only a 2-question duel, but that really felt like a crazy question, that one. So, Nata, you advance to lower semi-final part 1, where you will face up against Harry. Yeah, how do you feel on that?
I don't know if I actually can get through Harry, but it would be kind of weird if I actually can beat him. But oh my god, I never expected to actually win on a second question duel again.
Yeah. So I wonder.
Have these sort of wins. So that the weird thing of either winning on a 1 or 2 question duel.
So you're up to the lower semi-finals on only answering 10 questions so far. Sorry, 11 questions. I need to add one additional one. 11 questions. With probably about 24 or 25 minutes of game time. We'll have to see how well Daz can improve on that record, since he's only seen 3 questions so far. Scorecat gave me some more information there. Only Beauty and the Beast, Up, and Toy Story 3 have the distinction of being nominated for Best Picture. Oh, wow. So Lion King, Fantasia, and 101 Dalmatians, just no chance at all. Well, I guess that makes sense for Fantasia and maybe 101, but Lion King didn't even get a nomination. Wow.
Wasn't Spirited Away, didn't Spirited Away win the Best Picture at some point? Or is it Best Animated?
I would imagine it's probably like a Best Animated separate category rather than an actual Best Picture.
Fair enough.
I would imagine that's probably the situation for that one. After those, you had Best Animated Film category. There we go. That makes sense. Cool. All right. So that is all resolved then. Hard luck, Catnip. We do lose you at this point in the tournament. How do you feel?
Yeah, and I thought I was doing so well. Got momentum.
Spirited Away was Best Animated in 2002. Further information from Score Count there.
Fair enough.
All right. Well, unfortunately we do lose you. But I do ask you the question I ask everyone that we lose. Who would you like to win Season 2 of Duel?
Well, so if we start with the lower bracket, because it will still, be one of each.
Mm-hmm.
With the lower bracket, I'd say Harry can go all the way, or the closest the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to see him against Tipster in the finals again.
Harry v Tipster in the finals. That would be
for a 2-hour season final.
Well, that's the thing is though, because it's the final. If Tipster were to lose the first duel, we would have to play a second duel to actually finally resolve it. So yeah, we could end up in a multi-hour duel scenario if that were to happen potentially.
Who knows?
That would be crazy.
Much content, much hype.
Much content, much hype indeed. But alas, we do lose you. Thank you very much for playing Catnip. And Nata, we will. No worries. And Nata, we will see you in a future duel against Harry. Thank you very much for both of you playing.
Again.
That's it. Okay. Hello. We now move on to deal number 3. If Royal Flush has restarted his PC and all of that jazz. Because I did see him saying he was going to restart. We have Royal Flush to play against Samster. 2 minutes, he says. That's no problem. We can do 2 minutes. Let me just try this out. I was just messing around with Rave DJ earlier. I don't know if anyone knows what Rave DJ is. It allows you to do mashups of sort of music tracks on YouTube. You just give them the YouTube links, whatever, and it tries to mash them up automatically. Chase VGM has been doing a few sort of mashup contests and things like that. I missed out this time, but in the sort of the spirit of the Chocobo music that was on earlier, I tried doing a mix of Final Fantasy 7 and 8 versions of Chocobo theme, like one of the variants of each. I haven't actually had a listen to this yet. Be interesting to see if this actually works or not. No idea. Let's see what happens. Okay, so this is all just Final Fantasy 7 stuff at the moment. Oh no, the harmony doesn't work. I mean, it's got the same tempo, but they have this different rhythmic feel and different harmony. Yeah, that's That's a bit crunchy. I don't like that one. I did like the one I submitted in the first mashup contest that I took part in. Where is the link for that? I need to find Quetz. Find the DM because I sent it to him. I actually loved this one when I made it. Harmonically, it's a bit boring, but it kind of works, mixing these two. So this one's Chrono Trigger mixing with Final Fantasy 13-2. This one works quite nicely. At least in my books, it kind of worked quite nicely. So you got this sort of SNES sound palette, and then we're going to get a nice modern sound on top of it. It just sort of works. But it does help that both of them sit in exactly the same key pretty much throughout the entire song. So harmonically, there's no problem with it. I haven't really, Harry, but I can kind of instigate that manually. So if a question had to be skipped, I can sort of fix it up a bit. This is where it kind of falls down a bit, but yeah. So yeah, there's that, and there's been some interesting entries for Chase VGM mashup contest, the latest one. But I like that one, but that was one I created. So anyway, we need to move on to third deal this evening. Where is Mr. Royal Flush scene? Royal Flush Samster scene. Do we have a Samster ? I haven't seen Samster. I don't recall seeing Samster anyway. Oh no, sorry. No, Samster was in chat. My bad. I do see you in chat. At least I did see you in chat. Anyway, I see a Royal Flush is waiting to be dragged in. Let's drag in Mr. Royal Flush. Welcome back to the UK.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad. You seem to have brought the warm weather with you.
I know. It sort of became because I say I had a pair of jeans that I flew out in. So when we got to Santorini Airport at like the middle of the day, and we're getting off the plane, it's like, oh my god, I'm wearing jeans. What is this all about? I'm melting. So we get to the hotel and immediately jump into the pool. And then coming back, I thought I'll save them and I'll wear jeans on the way home. So when I come back and it's grey and miserable and horrible and British, then that'll be perfect. I got off the plane and it was at the same temperature. I think I changed in between. Like, what's happening?
Yeah, this weekend it's like they're anticipating 31 degrees Celsius down south.
I think there was a newspaper that said it was going to hit 33 over the bank holiday, which is obscene and silly.
It's warm, yes, it's warm.
It's warm. But it's my birthday, so yeah, for next time, if there is a next time, you'll have to change that to 31 because it's my birthday on Monday.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. More people having their birthdays. Just
no, right?
The sort of the passage of time. Why can't it just sort of freeze during a tournament? You know.
Yeah, it would be. What you should do is just put a year of birth, and then you wouldn't have to update it, innit?
Yeah, but that would mean people have to give him the year of birth rather than however long in like Mars orbits or
you could do a
the
basic
reply years. That requires maths.
I'm sure you could program something to do it.
What, natural language processing? Trying to work out what
2019 minus 30 plus 1. So birth year circa 88, 89.
Oh,
if you put in the work at the beginning, and then you've got less work to do later on. Pro tip for you, mate.
Rich, coming from you.
Touche.
Well, we do welcome you to this duel.
Nice to be back. I missed you too.
Just British banter. This is British banter.
Solid banter.
So let's find your stats, because your stats are fine reading. Yeah, you've played for 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 46 seconds so far. You played 25 questions, 35 questions so far. Sorry, and used all of your accelerators. But yeah, 1 hour and 38 minutes. That is obscene. What's that? 98 minutes with 35 questions. It's like that's a crazy ratio for game time per question.
It's all the banter in between. I mean, the last tips that we were bantering in between. Well, we're bantering. We were just we were sort of showcasing our podcast, which is going to happen at some point, and I'll message you about later. But we were sort of testing the water for that. But it's that's a lot of game time.
Mhm.
Is there a special sort of endurance award at the end of it?
I don't know, maybe. And apparently that's also not including the duel with Line 2K because that was in the first VOD that got lost, so we actually lost the time tracking on that particular
That
duel.
was a shorter one. That was a shorter one because that was 2-question duel, and then we went to sudden death, I think.
Oh yes, you did have the honor of the first proper sudden death. That's right, yeah.
Is it the only one? Has there been another one since?
No, we have had another sudden death. We did have Catnip v Connor went to a sudden death. And we also had that was that one there, just listing there. So yes, we've definitely had another sudden death. But they are fairly rare. I mean, we don't want them to happen really, but they are there as a mechanism just in case something happens. We are still kind of stalling for time for Samster to arrive in voice chat. He was in chat earlier, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. He was definitely there. Can you settle a dispute between Tipster and myself from chat? That last mashup you were just playing, that Final Fantasy one. If you go back to that, there's a song by Fatboy Slim. I think is it Rockefeller Skank that's right about now? Foxhole Brother. Is it Foxhole or Voxel?
And Voxel Brother, check it out now. It is actually
Max is telling me it's Funk Soul.
Funk Soul Brother. Yeah, Funk Soul Brother. Yeah.
Okay. So stop. Yeah, Megs is now talking at me, and okay.
Yeah, Funk Soul Brother.
At me. Well, that would also go very well with your mashup.
It probably would do actually. Yeah, it's about the right tempo and everything.
Yeah, definitely add it in. It was in that it was in the director's cut of Final Fantasy 12.
Final Fantasy 12, really?
6. I don't know.
6, really?
I never played a Final
Fantasy. That'd be a very interesting sound font for Final Fantasy 6, and it'd be a very interesting mix of 12.
I thought Final Fantasy 7 was the first Final Fantasy game, which confused me. That was my first foray into confusing numbers.
It was the first Sony one.
Oh, is that? Oh, right. This came out on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation.
Yeah.
Do they have the same attitude towards counting as Rockstar? It was like GTA 5 is the 5th GTA game after GTA 1, London, 2, 3, San Andreas, Vice City, Liberty City Stories, and all the others.
They kind of maintained the numbering all right. It's just when we got the localization for some of the Final Fantasies, we got them in the wrong order. So we kind of jumped in places. But if you follow the Japanese order, yeah, it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2, because it's a sequel to 10.
You're a bit of an expert on this. Are they one continuous story? Or is it?
Kind of.
They're like the Elder Scrolls in that you don't
need to
play Skyrim.
They all have like recurring characters and recurring monsters. Right. And in the most part, they don't have a common universe as far as I'm particularly aware, apart from things like these weird crossovers of FF7 and 10 or 10 and 13 and 15, is it? There's some weird crossovers in there where people have thought of theories which might plausibly happen in same universes, but as far as I'm aware, technically, as sort of like as canon, they're not. Apart from, sequel releases, so 10 and 10.2 definitely are, 13, 13.2 and 13.3 Lightning Returns definitely are.
Is there actually a 10.2?
There is a 10.2, yes.
Because I was just about to make a joke about how everyone's getting really hyped about Elder Scrolls 6, and I just want Skyrim 2. Lol. But there's actually a 10.2.
There is actually a 10.2, yes.
But that would be 12. Or
11. No.
Why didn't they make it 11?
Because that was the first direct sequel Final Fantasy. Like a physical, actual sequel Final Fantasy. All the others have just been completely individual stories, so they don't actually have any relevance on each other.
What they could have really done is just actually, when they got to Final Fantasy 2, is called it something completely different, like Captain Happy's Weird JRPG Adventure, and then that wouldn't have set the trend. But now they're at Final Fantasy 921 or whatever it's up to now.
Well,
is it 16 now?
15 releases so far. But 11 and 14 are multiplayer ones. 14 is still constantly getting updates to this day.
Right.
I mean, there are also things like Tactics Advance as well. That's 1 and 2, and maybe some more. And then there's offshoot releases of Final Fantasy VII that aren't necessarily called Final Fantasy VII. But yeah,
You know what? I think there are more Final Fantasy games than I have pairs of socks. I mean, I've got quite a few socks, but they're different colours.
So yeah, there are a few Final Fantasies out there. But yeah, the weird series in 13 though is they go Final Fantasy 13, Final Fantasy 13-2. Then the official title for the third one is Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13. They don't even say that it's part 3 or anything. They just say it's Lightning Returns Final Fantasy 13.
Well, I can't as I say. I just hope this doesn't catch on because I'd be really looking forward to getting my next iPhone and getting the iPhone 10. Oh no, wait, that's something Apple already do, isn't it?
10, 10s, 10XS,
Yeah,
10X.
10S.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So actually, on Monday, I'm not going to be 31. I'm in fact going to be 32.
Samster is now waiting.
30-2.
I'm now going to drag
30B.
Samster into this. Welcome, Samster. Or Samster's going to mute themselves directly. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, how you doing, Samster?
Sorry to keep you waiting.
That's all right. We managed to blag our way through about 10 minutes there. How you doing, Samster?
Yeah, I'm good. I just lost track of time, to be honest with you. And I didn't expect to be on so soon. But I'm here.
Yeah, we kind of... Well, we had two question deals there. So, yeah, we're kind of ahead of schedule on this one. So... Samster, you are technically seed number 1 for the tournament, so I scroll up to here. You've played for 54 minutes and 12 seconds so far, so significantly less than Ben has.
Somewhere in the middle. I'm
somewhere in the middle, yeah. You've used 22 of the 30 chips that you've been given. You've seen 26 questions so far. So yeah, and 4 of 6 accelerators. You haven't used all your accelerators. I think Ben has, apart from that shorter duel, I believe, may not have used all the accelerators in that one. Samson, how do you feel going against Ben this evening?
I'm fairly confident, but it'll be a tough one. It's probably my hardest opponent yet, actually. So, but no.
And Ben, how do you feel going up against Samster?
Well, I think I said it at the end of my duel against Tipster. Is that I know how strong Samster is. I know how well he has done historically on your streams and also on mine. So I know he's a strong player, and I know it's going to be a tough duel. If I were a betting man, I probably wouldn't bet on myself. But then again, that opens it up to match fixing, so let's not go down that road.
You wouldn't wish that at all, no.
Samson's a strong player, and as ever, I'm going to enjoy the duel immensely, as I always do, and just do my best. Just do my best, and very best of luck to Samster, and may the best man or person win.
Best of luck to you too.
Indeed. All right, both of you are in on the buzz-in, I can see, so let's get you your test questions, see if that works. Has that appeared okay?
It has, but the answers have not.
Now they have.
Now they have. Very good.
I have 2 buttons. That's what you're given. That's what you locked
I like
in.
how I can see the chips now as well. That makes me happy.
Yes, that's the new addition that I added in like 40 minutes before the stream happened.
Do it half an hour ago.
It was like, oh yeah, it was that thing that people wanted. Let me see if I can quickly sort of hobble that together. Yeah, that kind of worked. Cool. Nice. So it all seems to be functioning. All right, both ready to play this duel?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, then. Royal Flush and Samster, let us duel. And the poll results are in. Royal Flush with 4 votes, Samster with 2 votes. So the audience is going for Royal Flush on this one, apparently.
That's the first.
That's the first, apparently. All right. Well, here comes here comes question number 1. Let's not hope for a 1-question duel. Frequency illusion is also known as what? Options are the Bader-Meinhof effect, the Hopsfeld-Bahnhof phenomenon, the Krauss-Tannenbaum situation, or the Struper-Trouser syndrome.
What?
What?
Bader-Meinhof, Hopsfeld-Bahnhof. Bahnhof is train station, isn't it?
I don't know.
Tannenbaum is a character from Bioshock. Strooper trouser sounds like stripy trousers. It looks like Stormtrooper.
Samster is locked in. What a hell of a question to start with.
That one doesn't sound quite as ridiculous as some of the others. Bahnhof, frequency illusion, frequency of train, so it might be something to do with trains. Tannenbaum, Bridget Tannenbaum is a character in Bioshock.
Are you trying to get me to bait me? Are you trying to bait me to use my accelerator?
You're locked in, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're just eating
Go with that.
in on your time there, so already quite a significant time difference there. Royal Flush with 3:46 left, Samster with 4:21 left. And you've both gone with the same answers. A. Bader Meinhof and B. Hopsfeld Bahnhof. We had a lot of musings from Royal Flush. I'll let Samster have a speak this time.
Yes.
A and B, what was your reasonings for that, Samster?
So the only one I've actually heard of is A. And I've got instinct that it's that, but B sounded quite plausible as well. I don't know if they're all real things or not. I hope not, because if they aren't all real, then I think it's A. So that's my gut instinct.
All right, and Ben, you went with the same. What were your reasonings for that?
Yeah. Can I just check a musings while the question both players are active? Is that okay, or is that like?
Oh, that's completely fine.
Okay,
Because
cool.
because you know, if you're going to discuss the question out loud, you might give the answer away. I don't know. It's entirely up to you how you play the game.
Okay. My logic was that the bottom one sounded too ridiculous to be real. It just looks like either Super Trooper or Stormtrooper or stripy trousers, and at that point, if it's a real thing, then I've maybe shot myself in the foot there. But I just finished reading the Bioshock novel Rapture, which has got the character Bridget Tannenbaum in it. And so I think it's spelt similarly to that, and I thought, well, that can't be a thing, because, yeah, this is now really stupid logic. But Bahnhof, I think, is a train station. Or is it a swimming pool? But I thought it was train station, and I thought maybe frequency of trains at the Bahnhof, and then the Beta Meinhof is the only one that didn't sound totally ridiculous.
Right.
So,
He says. Well, you went with the same answers anyway, so your fate is sealed on this one. I can say that all the incorrect answers are indeed made up. The correct answer is, if I focus the right window, is the A, the Bader Meinhof effect.
Okay.
It is
That's what I thought. Is it something to do with seeing things when you didn't see them before? Like you hear of something and then you see it everywhere? Is that
Yes, that
like
is
a deja vu or something.
It's the illusion in which a word, name, or other thing that has recently come to one's attention suddenly seems to appear with improbable frequency shortly afterwards. There's people saying Tannenbaum is Christmas tree. Oh, Tannenbaum, oh, Tannenbaum. Bahnhof, I think you are right in saying it's something like train station or something. Like Badenzimmer is like a bathroom, if you're thinking of that word, I don't know. The rest, I don't really know. But Bader Meinhof is the right answer there.
Is this like how when Baby Shark was a thing and suddenly you start listening to Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison and you notice it's exactly the same song?
No.
Or is that... when you hear something becomes culturally relevant and then all of a sudden you hear it everywhere, like in places that it shouldn't be. Like great songs by Van Morrison.
It's kind of, but not quite that, no.
Okay.
But I know what you mean, that you make the association of things like Baby Shark into Brown Eyed Girl because it has the same chord pattern and that.
Yeah, My Chemical Romance is the same as Pachelbel's Canon. Welcome to the Black Parade.
Well, they're all like the 1564 or variations of that, aren't they? So.
Yeah.
or 1415, you know, the common chord patterns.
1 5 6 3 4 1 4 5.
Yeah.
Something in that ilk.
Something like that. So yeah, both players have lost one chip. Time there, 3:46 and 4:21. Both players still have both accelerators left. Move on to question number 2. Pili multi-Gemini is a condition most likely to affect
I
which of the
haven't
following?
got a question on my screen.
Have you not?
I don't know if I should have, but I've still got frequency illusion is also known as what?
Yeah, I see the question. So
Ooh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's the first time that's ever happened. You haven't changed your name by accident or anything, have you, Ben?
It does say disconnected Royal Flush. I haven't.
Ah, it says disconnected. Okay. Can I recover
Internet's
this?
still solid.
You'll have to refresh the page because
Okay, I
you've
can do it.
disconnected.
And then type name exactly as before.
Type the name exactly as before. I'm just trying to figure out if I can send this question exactly as it is, because I have a feeling hitting the next question button will pick a new question. I mean, it's not too terrible if that's the case, but...
I typed Royal Flush. Should I press set name again?
Yes, please. Okay,
There
so
you
we
go.
are set the same name. I'm just investigating what I can do, if I can still use this question or not. No, I don't think I can, because I haven't sent the information over to you yet. Can I do anything about this? Right.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't think I've had a situation that I can cover this particular question again. So if I hit the next question button, it'll actually pick a new question. Also, potentially, will do some bad stuff? No, it won't do any bad stuff. I'm just thinking, are you both happy if I void this question and we move on to the next one?
Well, I wasn't listening because I listened to the first 3 words, so I don't even know what it is. So I'm going to go with yes.
I suppose so. I had a feeling I knew what it was actually, but if they're alright, we'll move on.
Well, we can look at that later. I won't say anything else about the question right now. But yeah, we'll move on to the next question, and hopefully everything will be fine. So hopefully you should see this one now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, a rare occurrence happens once in a what? Options are pink planet, blue moon, green sun, purple star. Both players locked in. Very different difficulty of question, I feel. Both players locking in on B, blue moon. Both happy with that?
Mm-hmm.
Complete guess. Didn't have a clue.
Didn't have a
That's
clue.
sarcasm, by the way.
He's lying again, he is.
So we have one Joss moment, one rare occurrence that happens once in a blue moon. Correct answer, yeah, it is a blue moon. Okay, so stay as we were. And, oh, it's marked that question is used, so we don't get to see it again. Dang it, I need to find out what the ID of that number is, of that question is, so we can resurrect it. We can keep playing on, though. Let's move on to the next question. Among human permanent teeth, typically people have more of which type? Options are premolars, canines, incisors, molars. Among the human permanent teeth. Royal Flush is locked in. Samson's having a think on it. Still has the time advantage to use it though.
I'm now counting my teeth.
Samster is locked in. Let's see what's gone on. We have some difference of opinion on this. We don't have all of the options, all of the scenarios covered here, but we do have move on or win as the conditions on this one. So, Royal Flush has covered B, canines, C, incisors. Samster's covered A, premolars, C, incisors, D, molars. I'll go to you first, Royal Flush. What was your reasonings for B and C?
Oh, I thought premolars and molars are just the ones at the back, and I figured there were fewer of them than the ones in the middle. I couldn't remember I thought the canines and the incisors are the ones that are sort of more central, and there's more of them. I might be wrong, but I thought you had more. I thought molars are only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I thought there are only about 8 molars, whereas there are 12 incisors and/or canines. But maybe I'm mixing up incisors and canines. So I don't know. It was. I didn't think it was a molar-y one though.
Didn't think it was a molar one. However, Samster does think it's either a premolar or a molar, or possibly an incisor. What's the reasoning for that, Samster?
Yeah, you see, if I had to put one chip down, it would actually be molars. I'm pretty sure it's not canines because they're like the fang-type teeth that animals have. And I think we've only got 4 of those, the sharp ones. And then other than that, I wasn't too sure, but molars was my gut instinct.
All right. Well, I actually only have 3 canines because I've had one of my canines took out because it was getting in the way and causing much agony. Yes, I've actually had a tooth extraction. Yeah.
How have we never noticed that?
Probably because I don't really show my teeth off a lot, and also it's not really that noticeable because you have the incisor very close to it anyway. So yeah, you got my canine there, my canine there, my canine there, but I don't have a canine here in this part of my mouth. So I only have 3 canines.
Well, the thing is, you laugh a lot when I'm on stream with you and you show off your teeth then. So I'll try and be extra funny and keep.
You see, I'm showing my teeth off there now, and I'm laughing. But yeah, again, you don't really notice this one because the one that's missing, where it's come in, it looks like a canine, just at a quick glance, but it isn't. It's.
Are you pointing at your teeth on the stream at the moment?
This one here, yeah. This one here, and this one here is not a canine. Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to flick back to the stream. I feel like that would be disingenuous. Somehow.
Don't worry, I'm sure someone's clipped it by this point, so you'll be able to see the clip later.
Ash the Bash's dental.
Yeah, that's something like that. Yeah.
All right. Into a song from Little Shop of Horrors.
So the situation we have is both players covered C incisors. If that's the correct answer, then we continue as we are. If there's any of the other answers, then this duel is over. If it's A, premolars or D, molars, Samster wins. If the answer is B, canines, Royal Flush wins. I can reveal. First incorrect answer to reveal is premolars. A, that is incorrect. Premolars, there are. You know what? I'm not going to say how many there are because that might give it away. I can also reveal that
canine's wrong.
Incisors is wrong.
Oh, that doesn't fill me with hope.
So it's between B canines.
I've definitely counted 4 molars.
So it is between B canines and D molars. The correct answer is. So I kind of spoiled the tension when I said I only had 3 canines. D, molars. There are 12 molars, 8 premolars, 8 incisors, and 4 canines. For a total of 32. Are you counting things like possible wisdom teeth?
Oh god, you've got loads of molars. I had like 36 teeth or something.
32.
So there's only like 3. There's like 2 molars at the back, and then I remembered, but it's back, bottom, back, top, left, and right. So 2 times 4, and actually it turns out there's at least 3 on each side. I think so. Yeah, but I thought you had more in the middle. I thought you had like 18 teeth on each row.
Just 16 on each row.
Well, bum.
Well, bum indeed, and we end on not a 2-question duel, but a 3-question duel.
At least we made it a bit further this
time. Just out of interest, for that other question you're on about, Samster, the Pili multi-Gemini condition, most likely to affect which of the following? Do you want to go for an answer?
Well, pili are in bacteria, they're sort of like tails, so it'd be some sort of projection to maybe like hair follicles, something to do with that. Just my gut instinct.
I don't know particularly what the other answers would have been, but the correct answer here was beard, which in this case, yes, that's there was to do with hairs there. Yeah, Pili multi-Gemini is where multiple hairs come out of one follicle and is often noticed in men's beards, though can occur anywhere when a person has hair. So yes, you were right on that question anyway. That is the end of the duel. Yes, we end on a 3-question duel, unfortunately. Commiserations, Royal Flush. We see you leave the tournament at this stage.
I know, right?
I know.
I'm sad to be going out of the tournament, but I acquiesce that I was beaten by a better player, and that my knowledge of the human mouth is not what I thought it was. I didn't think it was particularly brilliant to begin with, to be honest, but it's even less than what I thought it was. Them's the breaks. They're an easy if you know the answer, I guess. I probably should have erred on the side of caution a bit more, but I really didn't think we had that many molars. But there we go.
Oh well, there we go.
It's a real shame that was so short. It should have been longer. Really.
Well, we could have a rematch. I mean, if you want to call that, because the question didn't work before, so the whole duel is basically voided. So we should just try it again. Really.
I don't think that's quite how it works.
No, not big at all. Is it just banter, just solid banter? No, well played. Good game, good game.
Yeah.
I would like to see a Samster Tipster final as the two ones who have bested me. To see them both in the final would give me something.
A Samster Tipster final. Wow, that would be a heck of a final as well. Wow,
That would be a good final. It would be a good final.
All
But I
right.
wish both of my what's the word when someone beats you? Not adversary. That's just an opponent. I don't want to say betters, because then I sound like Father Comstock from Bioshock Infinite.
Apparently, you should stop giving tips to Hope.
I just not giving tips. I'm not giving anyone hope. I hope that you don't have my hope. Well, maybe you do have my hope. I can't. I'm not unsure of the nomenclature, but it would be nice to see a Tipster Samster final for me personally. But it would be nice to see anyone in the final as well. I love you all.
Oh yes, indeed.
In equal amounts.
Mm-hmm.
Some of you more equally than others.
Wow. Okay.
That's Animal Farm.
All right. So yes, we see you leave at this point. Are you doing Danger Zone this Sunday or not?
Yeah, we are. We decided that because we wanted to do one from Greece, but the hotel Wi-Fi was shocking. So I mean, we could barely watch streams, let alone actually perform streams. So yeah, the plan is to do a one-off Danger Zone on Sunday at 8. Which everyone, it's a bank holiday weekend. It will also be a birthday stream for me because it's my birthday on Monday. So bring prosecco and cake, and I might rustle up some prizes for it too, just because that's what you do on your birthday. You give some. It's from school. When it's your birthday, you give cake to other people. Like
Oh, we
you
do that
bring
at
in a
work.
cake.
We do that at work. Yeah.
Yeah, when it's your birthday, you bring in the cake, which is sort of backwards. But I never got to do it at school because I was born in August. So.
Same.
So I will bring some prizes if you bring the cake and prosecco. But Sunday at 8 we'll have a special edition of Danger Zone. It won't be the start of a full season. I'd like it to be, but unfortunately Sundays are just a bit too busy until sort of October time. So
just a one-off then.
Just a one-off and keep an eye on announcements basically.
Is it all in Greek?
It's not all going to be in Greek. There might be a Greek round. I promise nothing, but there might be some form of Greek round.
Well, I won't be there. I'll be playing with Jungle Lion. I'm afraid, it being bank holiday weekend. I have a Sunday gig, so yeah, won't be around
Standard
that one.
stuff.
But
no worries. But thank you for the plug anyway. I'm very grateful to you.
No problem. All right. Well, thank you very much, both of you, playing this duel. It's so sort of. I'm kind of sad it only ended in 3 questions, but yeah, as you say, them's the breaks. But thank you very much, both of you, for playing.
Thank you for hosting, mate. Always good to talk.
Indeed.
Cheers, guys.
See you later.
Layers.
Alrighty then. So we go on to. Do you want to do your duel now? I'm inclined not to, because it will just fragment this area even more than it really is. Because then, if you do your duel now, then you'll be waiting even longer still for whatever the hell happens in this situation over here. Definitely do some exhibition duels now, but I'm inclined not to do any tournament duels beyond the point, because these 3 branches are already well ahead than they should be currently. As you can see, we're still waiting on 1, 2, 3 duels to happen here. And yeah, it's a bit fragmented. So Winner stays on. Random zombie needs to defend their crown. That's very true. We should do that. We should definitely do that. So this is a big exhibition. Let's bring Random Zombie in because yeah, they were the winner from last time. Who would like to take on Random Zombie? Let's bring Random Zombie in. Hello there.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
Exhibition mode. Harry was the first one there with the smiley face. So if you want, well, Harry, you played earlier though. Same with Natter. Grunkle Squeaky. Grunkle Squeaky. We could do that if you want. Are you happy with that, Random?
Yeah, preferably someone who hasn't played in the stream.
Yeah. All right. So Grunkle Squeaky, if you're around, then we'll give you the first priority for this exhibition. And if not that, then anybody else that is listed, well, the other people that have listed are ones that have played earlier, then it would go down to Harry next. But Grunkle is here. Welcome, Grunkle.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
Oh, well,
I'm doing wonderful. Yourself?
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. So
I'm glad I finally get to get my duel action in, despite Bronx not being able to make it on Wednesday.
Yeah, that was a bit of a bummer when that happened. He just didn't appear, and I believe my friend request to him on Discord is still currently awaiting unanswered, which means I can't actually DM him properly.
Wondering if I should actually bookmark the page finally.
Now, let's not go crazy. So Grunkle Squeaky, Random Zombie, I have attached your player profiles. Zombie, you have a nice simple name today. I like it. Let's go to that. Just waiting on you, Grunkle, to join in, and then
I forgot enter doesn't do it, doesn't.
I'm afraid it doesn't at the moment. I could probably add that to the list of things, but it's not particularly essential. Grunkle with a space.
If you ever need any help with anything like that, I know this absolutely wonderful programmer who goes by the name Ben or Royal Flush Online.
Oh yeah,
He's created this wonderful video game. I've heard it's called like Atmos Holodeck Training or something.
Oh, is it? Yeah, yeah.
It's absolutely wonderful. Have you heard of that? I can't remember the name of that one. Keep talking and nobody explodes.
Oh yeah, that thing. Yeah, I have heard of that. Yeah, just in passing. Yeah.
It's really similar to that.
Oh, is it? Is it really?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I may have to check that out then, maybe.
I would highly recommend it.
Oh God, pretense. So you're both in on the site. Here's your test question. Hopefully that's appeared.
Yeah.
Yep. Most difficult question.
The most difficult question. Random Zombie is in. Grunkle's in. It's all working. And hey, the glows are back. For those wanting the glows, they are back in this exhibition duel.
Glowy.
Hooray.
I was going to say something about this question, but I'm not going to say any more about this question because it's a good thing. Yeah, I'm not going to say any more. Both ready to play?
Yep.
As I'll ever be.
All right. Let's start this exhibition duel. Grunkle and the zombie. Question number 1, here we go. Which of these is a Canadian province? Your options are Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, Manitoba. Grunkle is in.
You know your Canadian provinces?
No, absolutely not.
Elias, if I had the power to force a question in this game, I haven't implemented it yet. If I had the power to do so, I probably would have done. So we'll just have to hope when it does come up. It is marked as published at the moment, isn't it, Elias? Random Zombie is locked in. Grunkle, just one chip down on D, Manitoba. And Random Zombie going with B, Missouri and D, Manitoba. Are you confident with that, Grunkle?
I'm fairly confident. I live in the United States and I've had to rattle off all 50 states multiple times. Am I going to do it now? Absolutely not. But I feel like just judging by the answer structure of this question, I highly doubt that they would put 3 US states and one of them sharing the Canadian province. Just one thing that's neither.
Mm-hmm.
It's D, isn't it? I know A and C definitely are.
You're saying, is it
Not,
D? Yeah, it is D, Manitoba. Yeah, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, they are all US states. They are not Canadian provinces. Manitoba is the only one there that is even remotely Canadian. Grunkle remains the full 10 chips. Random Zombies just lost the 1 chip. Time difference, 4:57 to 4:26. Still have plenty of time to play on
If
both
you
the
remember
clocks.
any of my other previous duels, Ash, you should know that being ahead in chip counter time, even on the first question, is not something I'm very good at.
That is very true, yes. Maybe it'll be your downfall this time.
Who knows? Oh no, I gotta blow everything.
Let us play.
Let's move on to question number 2. Which of these are a type of narrow-legged trouser? Or narrow-legged trousers? The options are peace pipe, drain pipe, hose pipe, water pipe.
You know your trousers?
Or your pants, I guess, if you're talking about it in the States. Oh, we have an in and accelerate. 4, 3, 2, 1. And Random Zombie locking in. Both not confident at all on this one, covering all of the options. Random Zombie, not confident in any way?
Best be if I had a chip.
Alright, and Grunkle, you any ideas on this one?
Absolutely no ideas. I'm pretty sure that I just wear the same pair of Under Armour shorts and a random graphic tee on any given day. So, clothing isn't something I would know much about, but honestly, if I had one choice, I'd probably end up putting it on C, honestly.
Your thoughts on C hose pipe? Yeah, I mean that was my mindset, Samster. But again, it is only easy if you know the answer. Correct answer was B, drain pipe.
Lucky me.
Yeah, all the others are just sort of.
I would have guessed.
Indeed. Yeah, they're just sort of like if you can imagine a drain pipe, they've just sort of made trousers just that large. In the leg. So Grunkle is on 7 chips. Random Zombie on 6 chips. Grunkle's now used 1 accelerator. Random Zombie still has both accelerators to play. Time difference, we're looking at roughly 40 seconds time difference. Grunkle with 4:42, Random Zombie with 4:04. Let's move on to question number 3. Origami, often associated with Japanese culture, is the art of what? Mud rolling, soap carving, paper folding, fork bending. Both players very quick in. Going with C, paper folding. You happy with that, Grunkle?
Absolutely not. I have no idea.
Absolutely no idea, but you've locked in on one answer apparently. Random Zombie, you happy with that?
Yes. I think Grunkle is just trying to be funny here.
Oh, I know he is. I'm also just trying to be very deadpan about it. The correct answer is C, paper folding. We stay as we are, pretty much. Yep, still 40 seconds in it. Let's move on to the next question. What is the colour of the ribbon on Eeyore's tail in Winnie the Pooh? Options are blue, green, pink, white. Random Zombies in and accelerating. 4. Grunkle is locked in. And you've gone with both covering C, pink. You went in very quickly on that answer, Random Zombie. You happy?
Yep.
Very happy. And Grunkle did get accelerated on, but were you happy with that answer even before the accelerator?
I mean, going into the question before I saw answers revealed, I was thinking pink, so when I see it, that's usually a good sign, but I don't want to just spring immediately for it, because I've almost made mistakes like that in the past. I think I can remember either it was actually a voice line in a movie, or it was my little brother commenting. I remember something about Eeyore's, like, tail bow being a girly color, and maybe that's why he was sad. But I have no idea. Like, that's... I just feel pink. All the chakra in my body is pointing towards pink.
You feel pink. The correct answer is... It is C, pink. Still same chip count, 7 to 6. Random Zombie did use 1 accelerator there, though. Both now have 1 accelerator left. And time difference is 33 seconds. Grunkle with 4:33, Random with 4 minutes dead. Let's move on to the next question. The Secretary of Housing and Urban Development becomes the president of the United States in the premiere of what American TV show? Options are Madam Secretary, House of Cards, Designated Survivor, The West Wing.
Watch TV, random.
Yes, I have. It would
Any
make
of
sense for it to be House of Cards, wouldn't it? It would make sense if it was House of Cards. Can't see it being Designated Survivor, though. Can you?
Very, very quiet.
Yeah.
Your brain's
Playing-
running overtime right now.
Random Zombies locked in.
Don't think there's much point in it, fella. I mean, you've had enough time. You've had time to think about this.
And there's the lock-in. So the time difference is now only 10 seconds in it. Grunkle with 3:26, Random Zombie with 3:16. Now, Grunkle, Random Zombie was talking there during that question, saying he wasn't so certain that it was Designated Survivor. Do you think he's actually put a chip down on that? Do you think he was lying?
Just by my analysis of him speaking, I ran it through my interior head database, and seems to me like the results are coming back absolute bluffing. He has no idea and put all 4 chips down. But I could be wrong.
You could be wrong. He was truthful
almost.
there. He didn't cover C, Designated Survivor. It was the only thing he didn't cover. Random Zombie covering A, B, and D. Grunkle covering all of the options, so Grunkle's definitely thrown this question. Random Zombie, what's your reasonings for leaving just Designated Survivor off?
I don't think it's that. I think that's something else. Now that I think about it more, I think it's Madam Secretary.
You think it's Madam Secretary?
Yeah.
What was the reasoning? Why do you think it is that?
It's either, Madam Secretary. I'm between Madam Secretary, because I've seen a bit of that show, and House of Cards. It makes sense. House, urban housing and urban development, for him to have previously been in that.
Okay, makes sense. And Grunkle, you covered all the options there. Were you not certain at all?
I wasn't very certain if I wanted to try and read metagame questions. I see that there is not only a secretary in both the question and answer, and a house in both the question and the answer. So I would think that both of those could possibly be fake out answers. I was honestly thinking, but that if I had 1 chip, I'd probably put on Designated Survivor, because if enough people in the chain of command were knocked off to leave it down to the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, assuming that that's what led it to be there, and that'd be a nice name for a TV show, then, wouldn't it?
Well, if the answer is C, Designated Survivor, then Grunkle wins this exhibition deal. If it's anything else, we continue as we are. Correct answer is C, Designated Survivor. And again, your reasoning, Grunkle, is amazing. So in this case, in the premiere, Tom Kirkman, that played by Kiefer Sutherland, becomes president after an attack kills everyone above him in the presidential line of succession. So Kirkman, as HUD secretary, was named a designated survivor for the State of the Union address in the event of such an attack, in order to ensure continuity of government. So your reasoning, once again, Grunkle, is absolutely stellar.
Local BP, grab my Powerball ticket.
Wow, and that was the one you said you would lock if you only had the 1 chip as well. Bloody hell, that's amazing. You see, you have such sort of lack of faith in your ability to quiz, and yet you come up with reasoning like that. It's just crazy.
It just happens.
As Scorecard says, the H is for amazing from Thanatos before. So, Random Zombie, you have been knocked off your perch.
Rip. Ugh, man. Designated Survivor. Yeah, I just did not think it would be Designated Survivor. I thought that would be more the president. The actual president would be the Designated Survivor.
Well, he basically becomes the president. He becomes the designated survivor in that case.
Yeah, but I did not think he would be the first Designated Survivor. Hence me having no faith in that at all.
Indeed. Well,
and had my bluffing worked, it would have been sudden death, apparently.
Well, it didn't work, and Random Zombie, we do lose you as the current reigning champion, and Grunkle, you are now the current reigning champion of the exhibition duels.
Hooray!
So now go to the Twitch chat. Who would like to take on Grunkle Squeaky and his amazing reasoning in a exhibition duel? Nata's saying yo. I know you played earlier, but we'll see if anyone else that hasn't played a duel yet today wants in first. Same with Catnip again, would but again have already played. And Harry's also marking himself as would like to play, I guess. Elias would wish he had the voice capabilities, but also I wish we would have the number of questions to be able to play. Catnip still volunteering. Well, I'm not seeing anybody else going for it. So, first person this time round was Nata. So, Nata, get yourself in here.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Here we go again. Just wait for Nata to make his way into Discord. I've already added him to the game scenario, I think. He'll be on the buzzing in a moment. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I should probably find some more of those mashups that was on the Chase VGM. Which one else was there that was really good? They've all been kind of meh or meme worthy. Like Diddy Kong Racing was a bit meme worthy. Or Nata's probably just joined, doesn't she? Yeah, Nata's already joined. Okay. We won't bother with the time delay there. Welcome, Nata, again.
Hello, hello.
Hey, hello. Just set your name upon the buzzing, and then we can get this game rolling.
This is a rematch anyway.
So we meet again.
So we meet again, Mr. Nata.
Indeed.
Let's get you a quick test question. Hopefully both of you can see that.
Yeah, done.
Always the most difficult one of the match.
There we go. No, I'm not going to do that. Okay. I was thinking, do I want to quickly write the code to be able to force a question? I mean, it'd probably be useful to do that anyway for that scenario. We'll gloss over it. We'll sort it out later. All right. Both ready to play this duel?
Yep.
You ready, Nata?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. All right. Let's start this duel. Let us duel. Not quite Royal Flush, but this game it's very kind of hot live anyway. There's not much actual setup involved in the game, so I can stop the scene and play it back again, and it's basically exactly where it was left on. Especially in the exhibition scene, because there is literally no special setup in that. But in some cases, you can actually hot swap the code. Just very, very exceptional circumstances. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Here comes your first question, Grunkle and Nata.
Alright.
This is a repeat. I'm certain I got it all sorted, but this is definitely a repeat from the 1 vs 100 stream, I believe. What animal is the symbol for Lamborghini? Is it a horse, bull, lion, or shark?
Puts me at a disadvantage.
Oh, no, sorry. This was on Trivia Flash. You are right, Catnip. This is where I am now mixing them up.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, this was on. Yes, sorry, you're right. This was on Trivia Flash. This wasn't on 1 vs 100. That's why I thought it was on 1 vs 100 because it was on the same day.
How ironic.
Make Ash forget things. Yeah, that's pretty much right. Yeah. The hell sound was that? The How sound was that? That was a weird sound, whatever it was.
Oh, Christ!
Are you right, Grunkle?
Absolutely not!
Why? What happened?
I was sitting on a horse and I was just sitting there thinking like, oh yeah, horse, like, yeah, you think fancy car, you think horse logo, but that's not Lamborghini, you dolt.
So you went with B Bull instead, like Nata did.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So what do you think horses then?
What do I think horses? I don't know. Apparently it's some other
Ferrari.
fancy car brand that, yep, Ferrari. That's what I'm thinking of. They're all the same to me.
They're all the same to me, apparently.
Yes, that I remember. Beautiful golden black bull sitting there. Christ.
Correct answer is, yep, B, a bull for the Lamborghini.
Always take time to think about your answers.
Yep.
Exactly.
Very much so. So Grunkle down to 4 minutes 13, Nata with 4 minutes and 55. Both players with the full complements of chips and accelerators. Question number 2 is, which of these bands has achieved a UK #1 single? Sorry, Grunkle. Options are Arctic Monkeys, Pulp, Radiohead, The Cure.
Da, 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 da.
Grunkle is in. Oh, welcome, DK. DKS.
Yeah,
You're from the Chase VGM, if my mind recalls correctly. Nice to see you here. This is a slightly different thing, as you can see. Let's see what you've gone with. All of the answers, just literally all of the answers for both of you on this one. So yeah, not much lost on this one for you, Grunkle, because Nata's put the same down. Any idea, Nata, at all?
that's what I think. Pulp.
You just say that again. I think you cut out a bit, Nata. Sorry.
Pulp.
You would have gone with
Pulp, but I
you would
have
have gone
no
with
idea.
Pulp, but you had no idea. And Grunkle, any idea at all? But
I've only heard of one of these bands. That'd be Radiohead, so I'd probably end up going with them.
you probably would have gone with Radiohead. Royal Flush in chat was saying possibly Arctic Monkeys 2006 When the Sun Goes Down. Correct answer is A, Arctic Monkeys, and yes, they had #1s with When the Sun Goes Down, and I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. So very good there, Royal Flush. Pulp had Common People at #2. Radiohead's top was Paranoid Android at #3, and The Cure had Lullaby at #5. So there we go. Both players losing the same number of chips though. 7 plays 7. Still the same accelerator count. Time difference. It's 408 plays 444. Let's move on to the next question. According to the order of operations, which of these is in the correct order? And note, it might come in a slightly different cultural order than you might be expecting, just in case, because, you know, I know it is different in different cultures. Options are powers, divide, add, divide, subtract, parentheses, exponents, add, multiply, parentheses, multiply, exponents. Grunkle's in and accelerating. 4, 3, 2... and Nata is locked in. So yes, the reason I said that thing at the front is because I know it as BODMAS. I know some people who do not know it as BODMAS, as maybe sort of like PEMDAS or some other variant of that. That is why I said that, because if you were probably expecting BODMAS, you were probably expecting the term brackets in there. There is no term brackets here. Instead, we've got parentheses, I believe. Let's see what you've gone with. Grunkle with just the one chip on powers, divide, add. Nata with all of the other answers, B, C, D, just not powers, divide, add. Reason for going with powers, divide, add, Grunkle?
Alright, first off, I have a little bit of an issue with whoever wrote this question, because in 2 of the answer choices it's written as exponents, and in the first one, powers, so make up your mind, please. Secondly, math is my favorite subject, no doubt. I'm hopefully going to be able to finish all of AP Calculus before I even start college.
Mm-hmm.
And I have PEMDAS memorized by heart. So, assuming that powers in reality means exponents, and I haven't actually done something extremely stupid, then E comes before D comes before A in PEMDAS. And divide, subtract, parentheses is always first. Exponents and multiply. Multiplication is before addition and subtraction. Parentheses multiply exponents. Exponents should be before multiplication.
All right. And Natsu, you went with everything apart from the powers divide add option. Are you feeling confident with that those answer options now after the elaborate description from Grunkle?
I think Grunkle has won me this time around again. I think he did.
All right.
That's what happens.
Well, if it is a powers divide add, Grunkle wins. If it's any of the others, Natta wins. The correct answer is... It is A, powers divide add, as the factoid says, PEDMAS. Do the parentheses first, then exponents or powers or roots, then multiply or divide, otherwise just go left to right. Is how it all goes. So there we are. Grunkle wins. That's now 2 in a row for Grunkle and a loss for Natta, but this is only a exhibition deal, so it doesn't really matter a great deal. But still a great exhibition deal nonetheless. And thank you very much for the follow there, DKS. Greatly appreciated.
Ash, can you remind me, who was it that I lost the archery question to?
The archery question, that was against Connor, wasn't it?
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I feel that was Connor. I think that was Connor, wasn't it? I believe it was two Americans that were playing in that particular duel about the archery.
Oh, I can't remember to save my life.
Can anyone else confirm that? I feel it was against Connor.
Might have been.
But it was definitely, it did involve you, Grunkle. I can guarantee that.
Yeah. No, it was Clive, wasn't it?
Oh no, sorry, Clive. You're right, Clive. No,
Okay,
no. I'm getting my names
I
wrong.
was going to say, if it was Natter, then
I'm getting my C's wrong.
It's the 2 out of 3, but...
No, you lost to me. I lost to you because of the stupid left ventricle thing.
Yeah.
Oh yes, the good old ventricles.
Strongest chamber of the
yes.
heart. Thanks, Miss Payne.
Indeed. All right. Well, thank you very much, Natta, for playing. Commiserations on that loss, though.
No promise. It was just an expedition match, and I'm fine with that.
Indeed.
Well played.
Oh, many trumpets. Thank you very much for the subscription there, Royal Flush.
Many trumpets.
I'll be seeing Harry anyway.
All
I'll be seeing
right.
Harry anyway for the semi-final match anyway, so no worries about it.
Indeed. All right. Thank you very much for playing. Okay, I open up the floor again. I know DKS has just sort of come along. If DKS would like to play, you're more than welcome to attempt to have a go. We do also have the other people that was asking earlier in the names of Harry and Catnip. And Lion TK, I'm game. I need to be taken down a peg after the 1 versus 100 thing. So Lion TK, you didn't play earlier, so yeah, let's get you in. Let's get you in here.
Out of curiosity, has Scornip been played yet, or is that still...
What? Sorry? Oh, Score Count Catnip. I don't know if that particular duel has played out ever in an exhibition style or otherwise.
Womp womp.
Oh, you're on your phone and have baby in hands. All right. Well, you might want to attend to the baby in hands then, DKS. Didn't call you out, Scork. I was just Grunkle was just wondering whether you've actually had a duel against Catnip or not in.
Because I know they've
past.
been talking about that for quite a while, and it still has yet to happen.
Mm-hmm. So player 2 we have for Lion TK. I've just checked the time. It is 10 to 10, so we'll probably call this the final duel, and hopefully it won't last stupidly long. Let's bring Lion TK into the chat, hopefully. Welcome, Lion.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you, and you?
Yeah, brilliantly. Grunkle, Lion, Grunkle, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Kidoki, are you on the site, Lion?
I'm going on the site now.
Beautiful.
You'll see me in a minute.
All right.
No, Samster, no, not having a long duel is a good thing. I don't want to be the Season 1 Harry. Or Season 2 Harry still even, or I guess Season 2 Ben would be more accurate then, wouldn't it?
So what name are you going to choose this time, Lion?
Oh god, I'm known for
Yeah, but
Heretics not been using your original usernames. Look, I thought... unbelievable.
I know, just the sheer audacity of it all. Maybe next time, DKS. No, no worries, DKS. but you can enjoy watching along anyway. Oh, seriously? Seriously? Okay, let's see if I get this right first time. It'd be interesting if I do.
I'm sorry.
So that looks about right. For that user that's attached to that account. If I hit the test button, do you see the question then, Lion?
Yes.
There we go. There's your options as well. So his name this time is Lion, quote, something something, close quote, Leone. Because, of course it is.
You can't say that on stream.
Yep, that's just entirely an in-joke just for me. Oh, right. Well, both ready to play?
Yeah.
As ready as ever.
Oh, we both say the same thing. All right, let's get this deal underway. Oh, approaching 3 months old. Oh, that's nice. Good luck to both of you, Grunkle and Lion. Here's your first question. Very UK-specific question. Which Live in Kicking co-host also hosted the Channel 4 show Zero to Hero? Options are Trey Farley, Steve Wilson, John Eccleston, Otis Daly. Yes, Grunkle is in on accelerating. Lion is in as well. I do not blame you for that particular response, Grunkle. And both players covering all of the options.
We talked about this. 72 cents for no British pop culture trivia. And guess what this is the second question of, Ash? Would you like to know?
I'm so sorry that RNG's is just not in your favour at the moment, Grunkle.
Sorry,
Don't worry,
Jesus, it's
I'm-
Panda writing all the pop culture questions. I even paid him to not write anymore.
So, Lion, I'm presuming you are from the UK with the accent, but
Yes.
would you have had an idea on this?
Grunkle, don't worry, I'm just as impaired as you on this.
All right.
No idea.
No idea. Not even an inkling on a one-chip answer to proffer?
Maybe John Eccleston? I don't know.
It wasn't John Eccleston, no. Grunkle, if you had a one-chip to play.
I just wouldn't play it. I'd lock in Zero.
All right, I'll just reveal the right answer then. It's A. Trey Farley is the correct answer, apparently. And Trey Farley also went on to host the 2008 Sci-Fi Channel game show Chase with a $sign as the S, based on the Japanese show Run for Money, if you know what that is.
I remember that show. I used to binge that on YouTube. It's an interesting concept. Believe it or not, they also rebooted that show in America, not the Chase version, but Run for Money.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there we go. Both players down to 7 chips. Grunkle used 1 accelerator. Lion still has both accelerators to play. Time on the clock. Who cares at this point? You've still got plenty of time to play with. Here comes question number 2. Term Molotov cocktail originates from which country during the Second World War? Options are Finland, France, Russia, Germany. Grunkle's in and accelerating once again. And Lion is in. I think these must be the fastest lock-ins I've ever seen. Like, seriously. And Grunkle's covered all of the options once again. But Lion seems to be fairly confident in going with just C, Russia. What's the reasons for that, Lion TK?
Basically, Molotov sounds Russian.
Molotov sounds Russian. Well, I guess that makes sense. But Grunkle, you had no idea and you just wanted to put the pressure down, I guess.
Yeah, so speaking of things originating from specific countries during the Second World War, allow me to introduce you to my duel strategy that I like to name Blitzkrieg. So, essentially, if I can't think about the correct answer to the question, neither can they.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Well, if it is C, Russia, we continue as we are. If it's anything else, Grunkle wins this duel.
Oh god, now I'm not feeling confident.
The correct answer is A, Finland. Yeah, it's a Finnish word. What Wikipedia has as the actual translation of Molotov cocktail is Molotovin cocktaili. I'm sure Harry can tell me exactly how to pronounce that. since he is going to Finland. Also, one of these things as well, according to Wikipedia, is also a Finnish word for the same thing. Also, Molotov, shortened to a Molly, yeah, is a Finnish term, not Russian. So there you go. Yes, coined by the Finns during the Winter War, called in Finnish whatever. Name was an insulting reference to Soviet Foreign Minister Vyacheslav Molotov, who was one of the architects. So it is actually a Russian word, but the Finnish used it as an insulting reference to the Russians. So there you go. That is why it's called that.
Well, I've definitely been taken down a peg.
Well, unfortunately,
I would disagree. I can definitely say that my tactics were maybe slightly a bit less unethical, but
well, Harry's probably the next one up score count, so you might as well come straight in. Thanks very much for playing, though, Lion. I hope you had fun, even though it was a short visit again.
Most certainly I did.
All right, thanks very much.
End the night for me.
Indeed.
Hello.
Hello there, Harry. Go on then. Tell me how it's pronounced.
It's Molotovin cocktaili and polttopuulo.
Thank you very much for that. And it's your question, isn't it?
Yes, yeah,
it kind of makes sense. It being about Finland, it's going to be your question.
Mm-hmm.
We'll very quickly go into your deal, I guess, and hope it doesn't run on for too long.
Sorry, did you just pull Harry into a duel and hope it doesn't go on too long?
I mean, did you watch the duel earlier?
Yeah, I mean,
have you watched any of his other duels from the rest of the season?
Well,
May I point to both the matches against Tipster in the first season and the one against Royal in the second?
On the plus side, at least Payday 2 questions won't be able to save him this time.
Fair enough.
There's your test question and your options. Hopefully it all works.
I beat Blitzkrieg!
He's going to Blitzkrieg this answer, really? Okay, well, there you go. You both got it right. Cool. So, best pull up a chair.
I didn't mess around on that one. I'm getting serious.
Getting
in this
serious.
Friendly match.
Both ready to play?
Yep.
Alrighty then.
It feels a lot better to not have the stress.
It's just so relieving, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Even with the epic music that's supposed to ramp up the tension.
Oh, I can just relax.
Yeah. And let us relax.
Anti-Pavloved myself.
Let us relax our way into the first question. Maybe we'll Blitzkrieg it. I don't know. Let's see. The Eustachian tube, or however the hell that's pronounced, I say Eustachian, it might be something else, connects between which part of our body? What? Our body? Options are ear and the pharynx and the stomach, the small intestine and the pancreas, the large intestine and the anus. There's Blitzkrieg again, folks. Harry did get one chip down on A, the ear and the pharynx. Grunkle...
If I would have thought about it.
You having second thoughts now, Grunkle?
No, I'm 100% confident that I'm going to be moving on to the next round. That's all. No further comment.
I mean,
it's Eustachian, by the way.
It is Eustachian. Oh, cool. I was getting it right somehow.
I think.
You think? You're the linguist!
Yeah.
So, you happy with your answer there, Harry? Ear and the pharynx?
Yes.
Just nice and simple. All right. Correct answer is yes, the ear and the pharynx. Yeah, the Eustachian tube is the thing that you sort of clear when you have the pressure changes, isn't it?
Yeah. It's like when your ears pop or something.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So.
When you get the sort of the stuffy ear effect from being ill as well, that's what's being blocked generally is the Eustachian tube.
So, apparently, we've now declared that Harry is Russia. The Blitzkrieg is not effective.
Alright, so Grunkle's down to 7 chips and down 1 accelerator, but only down 2 seconds. Harry, the full complement of everything, only down 5 seconds. Here comes question number 2.
I have 3 more seconds.
Oh, Christ.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle with the red bandana predominantly uses which weapon? Options are the sai, katana, bow, or nunchucks. Harry is in. Grunkle's having a bit of think. And Royal Flush following off of the Twitter account that finds Wikipedia articles that follow the same pattern as Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He's got legal status of Hawaii. Grunkle is in. So no accelerators being played on that one. Let's see what you've locked in. So a reversal on this one. Harry locking in on all the options, definitely through. Grunkle locking on just the one option, a sigh. Are you confident with that answer, Grunkle?
I did watch a lot of cartoons when I was a wee lad, assuming I'm not one now, which is entirely up to deliberation, but if I'm not mistaken, I believe that Raphael, Mr. Red Ninja Turtle, has the dual-wielded blades. I didn't remember that they were called Sai exactly, but I knew that it wasn't a sword, obviously, and they weren't nunchucks, and I think bow is the bow staff.
Right, and Harry, no idea on this one?
I have watched exactly 0 seconds of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You should correct that matter.
Apparently, if I need to watch more...
I'm not sure whether I'm welcome here anymore.
If I need to watch more 90s British television, you can definitely watch some more, like, early 2000s American cartoons.
I never
Come on,
watched,
Harry,
I
do
never
some
watched
program.
any cartoons. I just didn't.
Fair enough. I mean, that's fair enough, I guess.
That's the wrong answer.
I'm a disappointment.
Well, if the answer is a sigh, we continue as we are. If it's anything else, Harry wins this duel. Correct answer is a sigh, and the only word that exists in the factoids is the word Raphael. So well done with that, Grunkle. There you go. So chip count is even, 7 apiece. Grunkle down 1
I'm not
accelerator.
gonna lie, I don't even know all their names.
There's Raph, Donatello, yeah, you got me there.
Leonardo? And I don't know the other one.
Go on, chat. Pick them all up. Pick them all up. Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael. There you go.
Okay, there you go.
So yeah, 7 chips apiece. Grunkle 1 accelerator. Harry with 2. Grunkle on 4 minutes 24. Harry with 4:48. Here comes
What's
the
Harry's
next-
chip count? 7, I presume?
7. Yes.
Yeah.
It is indeed. Both equal. Here is your next question. Now this
Oh,
one.
hello.
This one was a sneak peek question that wasn't used. If a slot machine changes its odds to pay out more when it is paying under its target average and vice versa, the machine can be said to be what? Your options are compensated, readjusted, rejudged, calculated.
Christ.
So this was on 1 versus 100, but we didn't see the options.
See, I knew it as something else.
You knew it as something else. Interesting.
Or, well, I thought I knew it as something else anyway.
Well, if that is the case, we might be able to adjust this duel situation.
No, it might also. It was it wasn't an adjective. It was known as a.
All right, Grunkle is in and accelerating though. Harry is in as well. Let's see what you've gone with. Both players with all the chips down. So this is
He pulled a syndrome on me.
This is a very heavy chip count duel situation at the moment. Any ideas on this one at all, Grunkle?
All I would say is that I'm kind of wishing that I would have taken a chip off of readjusted. It just doesn't feel right in my stomach, but I can't complain.
Mm-hmm. And Harry, any ideas at all? And what was the other word you were thinking it was being?
Well, I thought I'd heard of something around this as return to player, but
Return to player. As Elias is saying that there's been a lot of research back and forth on this question, so there might be something in that potentially.
like I said, that's like it's a phrase rather than an adjective. So
Yeah, and the score count saying return to player is related in this case.
right.
Correct answer is A, compensated, which I guess would be would that be the closest
Makes-
word out
it
of these
makes
to be
more
return to player? Yeah.
Yeah, it makes most sense.
It is the one that makes most sense, but Scorecount giving us a bit more information here. Compensated machines vary the chance of winning a prize as a result of the outcome from previous play. Where such a machine is below its target percent RTP, it may become more generous dependent upon design and vice versa. So there is a percentage return to player is the target.
I see.
And compensated is the actual term talking about how the algorithm or whatever works for that situation. So there we go.
Yeah, I heard it in passing
a
few years ago or a documentary or something. So
I just watch people on YouTube win big on slot machines. I don't follow the.
Fair enough.
You can dream, I guess. You can dream.
So both players on 4 chips left now has just enough to cover all the options. Grunkle has used both accelerators now, though. Harry
I've still got both. Yeah.
Harry still has both
nice
accelerators
feeling.
to play. Yes. Grunkle with 3 minutes 52 left on the clock. Harry with 4:15 on the clock. Move on to the next question. Which vitamin that your body can produce by spending in the sun? Which vitamin does your body produce when you spend time in the sun? I'll rephrase it as that, I guess. Options are vitamin A, D, E, or K. Harry is in. And Harry now has the mind games, because he has both accelerators to play. Grunkle has nothing to work with. As Samster says, that perfect sense makes. I know it's hard proofreading questions, though. So I always try and make it as obvious in my mind when I'm trying to read the question if it doesn't quite read right, for the benefit of the players. Grunkle having a bit of a think on this one. Now over a 1 minute time difference between the two of you. That's fine, Ellis. Don't worry about it. I'm going to say, these things happen and I try and make the best of it. And it does happen.
I think you should lock in all 4.
Oh, that sounds like a great idea to me, Harry.
Somebody set us up the bomb.
How about I give you a hint?
Okay.
A hint? Oh, this is interesting.
Not vitamin A.
Now, do you trust what he has just said?
Yeah, sure, why not? Harry wouldn't lie to me, right? He's not a competitor of mine.
I am telling the truth as far as I know, so...
Well, both players are locked in on just B, vitamin D in this situation. So were you actually being truthful there, Harry?
Yeah.
You were being truthful, alright.
Vitamin, I think it's the... well, I don't actually know. I've never done this in biology, but from a physics background, I assume it's the ultraviolet light, maybe... Whichever is it A or B, which is longer or short, which has the higher energy, which is shorter, would be causing some reaction in the body, on the skin, and vitamin D's made. I don't know, but that's just a guess.
It's a confident guess, though.
I'm
confident enough to not be A or K.
I'm 99% sure it's vitamin D without even knowing how it works anyway. So,
you happy with that explanation, Grunkle? Since you've locked in on the same answer.
All I know is that vitamin E and K don't exist, and Harry told me that it's not A, therefore it must be D.
I mean, vitamin E does exist, and so does vitamin K.
Does not exist.
That's besides the point.
They don't exist.
What is this? Freaking vitamin E denying now?
I don't recognize
Vitamin E is a myth! Alright, correct answer is... B, vitamin D. Yeah, isn't it like the keratin in the skin that reacts?
Thanks, Harry.
With the
It
ultraviolet?
might be keratin. I don't know, but
I think it's something
I
like
don't know
that,
anything.
along those lines.
That's just a physics-based guess.
But anyway, yes, vitamin D was the right answer, and time difference, it's quite significant now. Grunkle Squeaky with 2:26 left, Harry with 4:13 left. Of course, Grunkle, no accelerators to play. Harry still with both accelerators to play, and also playing the mind games, of course.
Was about to say
I wasn't playing my
think
games.
I would
I was
be
being
fine.
very nice.
Yeah, Harry was just being a pleasant person. I was about to say that I think I'm fine, but then I remembered I'm playing against Harry, you know, the marathon runner when it comes to it. So 2 minutes 26, I need to ration it out a little bit. I've never been worried about time before, not in any of my real duels and not in any other expedition duel.
Welcome to my world.
Expedition duel.
Expedition Duel, nice. I like that.
Oh, that's my favorite Disneyland ride.
I think we've got a rival podcast situation going on here, Royal Flush.
Can we cast Harry as
Yeah,
Yeti?
bring him in.
Oh dear. Right, here comes your next question. What does the second A in NASA stand for? The second A. Options are Astronaut, Astronomy, Association, Administration. Harry is in. Oh, you have a sleeping baby in your arms now, DK, so keep quiet. we now enter into ASMR mode.
So apparently, it is not National Air and Space Association.
2 minutes left, Grunkle.
Oh!
Oh? Is that sort of that knee slap moment there? And he's like, oh yeah, it's that.
So, I was sitting there for the first, 30 seconds wondering, why is aeronautics not on here? Then I read the question.
Okay, yeah. I get you, yes. The second A. Yes. Okay. Both locking in on D, administration. You happy with that,
National
Grunkle?
Aeronautics and Space Administration,
Harry, you happy with that?
Yeah, well, it's part of the government, and they're all named administrations, so...
Alright, correct answer is D, administration. Grunkle's down to...
the second time it's happened today. I'm slipping. First it's with the horse and the bull, now it's with the reading the actual question.
RTFQ, as we say in quiz night. RTFQ.
I know that all too well.
On the plus side, I think too long to actually make a mistake based on it.
Grunkle down to 1 minute and 49. Harry on 4 minutes and 11. Wow, there's over 2 minutes of time there just between you.
Never tell me the odds.
Well, I'm not telling you the odds, I'm just telling you the times.
Stop deadpanning.
Oh dear. Right, let's move on to the next question. Which of these ad slogans is associated with a sports apparel brand? The options are Win from within, challenge everything, built for the human race, impossible is nothing.
So, you wear clothes, Harry?
Harry is in.
I don't know clothing at all. I'll give you that.
I just asked you a simple question if you wear clothes or not, and why are you so hesitant to answer, Harry?
I mean, I do wear clothes, but I don't wear anything fancy. I just wear... I don't know anything about clothing. Like brands and stuff.
I only wear Under Armour, which doesn't necessarily have a slogan, at least as far as I'm aware, and none of these are just do it, so I'm at a little
1
bit of a
minute
loss
left.
here.
So Grunkle's down to 57.2 seconds. Harry's on 3 minutes and 55. It's nearly 3 minutes of time difference now.
I would have given you a hint for this one, but
As in you know it?
well, yeah, but the way I know it just kind of gives it away.
Oh, please, for the love of God,
Well,
don't
I
only
mean,
put one
yeah.
chip down. Please don't only put one chip down.
I hope I know it. The one I put down, it's a slogan for something else, and I'm
put
assuming it's
down
not a slogan
Ash.
for also sports apparel.
Well, let's see
That's
what you've
fair.
locked in.
Oh no!
So,
Challenge Everything is EA.
Right.
What?
And I'm assuming it's not used for another sports apparel brand.
But
So-
EA doesn't manufacture apparel. I thought they were solely video games.
I didn't read the question.
RTF!
Nice.
Can we have the command in chat, please?
Yes, video games. I would
Yes.
get. I would go for C then.
Well, it's too late for that. It's
Yeah,
too
I
late
know,
for
but-
that. So, well, we've locked in with B challenged everything, and you're saying it's EA, and
Yeah,
they're not a
we'd say
sports
yeah,
apparel
right.
brand, but hey ho.
Electronic
Grunkel's locked
Arts,
in.
My favorite clothing brand.
Grunkel is locked in on all of them. If you had just the one chip Grunkel, what would you go with?
Probably would have put it on challenge everything. Well, I would have before I listened to Harry speak. Now that I have to say something, I feel like C just doesn't fit like a sporting company. Like, and I feel like
Oh
the
no,
whole...
okay, no. C's one of the Japanese
like a-
car companies, I think. Like
It
Nissan
sounds to
or
me like it could
Toyota
be-
or something.
Yeah, it sounds real to me like it could be like the slogan for SpaceX or something. If I had to go with one, I would probably end up just saying A, because I don't know what else A would be for.
I think it's either A or D. I'm pretty sure. Now reading the question properly.
Now reading the question properly, you think it's A or D?
Yeah.
All right. Correct
I would
answer
get, if one chip, I'd go
is
A.
D. Impossible is nothing. It's Adidas's or Adidas's slogan. As you say, challenge everything is an old EA slogan, and built
Yeah.
for the human race is Nissan.
So I was right with that. What's Win from Within then?
Is not associated with any particular brand. It is made up.
Just a.
Oh, you scum!
So there we go. Grunkel, you finish undefeated.
Before time.
I gave you that one. I gave you that. Didn't want it to go on too long.
Just gifting the win there.
I felt bad,
yeah.
you know. Felt bad.
He's clearly not the ordinary spy. Oh, great and benevolent trivia quizzer.
Oh, apparently, win from within is actually Gatorades. Ellis is saying.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
That
For sure,
makes sense, I
Gatorade
guess.
makes apparel. Like, they have little bags. Like,
Yeah, tote bag, that kind of thing. Yeah, that kind of thing.
is that
I wouldn't
technically
associate them with a sports apparel though, would you? You would
Well,
say.
yeah, you
that
might not
they're
associate it with it, but would it be like what is the definition of apparel now?
Well, I would say sports apparel brand would be a company or brand that primarily distributes clothing for sports. So, seeing as Gatorade is
I
sports
probably
drink,
should have
I would
just
say.
read the question.
RTFQ, as we all say, RTFQ.
I'm too relaxed because it's not a proper competition.
I think if we're gonna have to have
I
it,
did do that in the semi-finals.
I think we need to get RTFQ as a Frankenface C emote at the very least, because the amount of times that comes up. We definitely need to get Whiskers as an emote or a couple of emotes.
Maybe I just need glasses.
And apparently the list is empty. It's actually a notepad file. Cool, thank you very much for that. Yeah, apparently that's the case. Can Whiskers and Penny have their own show one week? Yeah, maybe. I need to get a situation of having a cat cam situation. Because she often sits around up here on the bed. And yeah, it would be good to have a little camera up on Whiskers, eh? You come up here? You come up here, Whiskers? Me. Make the jump. Here you go, you're making the jump. Nice. There you go. Aw, here we are. Let's see. Oh, I've just realised I need to change the profile. Let me change it to. Ooh, hello. Let me change it to intro cam like this. Oh, we're in the void. We're in the void. But here's a Whiskers. Oh.
Whiskers.
The
great and benevolent.
Oh, ah. You're molting again. I need to give you another brush. All right. Well, thanks very much, everybody, for playing and watching along with the duel stream this evening. We managed to get 3 tournament duels out the way, and we got some lovely exhibition duels done as well.
Is there any update on the Clive versus whoever it was? No, is it Clive?
Yeah, it is against Ian. Yeah.
Ian versus Clive. Ian versus Clive. Everybody wants to see this happen. Ian.
I get that reference. I get it.
So the situation with that is that Ian is happy to turn up sometime between 10 and 1 p.m., 10 in the morning, 1 p.m. afternoon tomorrow. So I will be around on Discord around that time. If Ian does respond during that time, then he has the benefit of the doubt of actually turning up for the duel. If Clive doesn't, then that will mean an auto win for Ian, and that will be Ian versus Daz in the next duel. If Ian doesn't turn up,
does have a history of just not saying anything.
And if Ian doesn't turn up during that 3-hour time window like he said he would, then he won't get through either, and Daz will just get an auto straight through onto the next one against Jerry Harris.
Yeah, Daz.
Is that a pre-record out window?
It's a pre-record window, yes.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
whatever happens, it will be broadcast on the next stream onwards.
Would that be next Friday?
Will that be next Friday? Is a good question. Let me check my calendar of events. I can't remember if I've got a gig next Friday or not.
I guess you'll post in.
Excuse me. Yeah, I will check it all out. Oh, I've got a gig on Thursday. That's a weird one. I've got a gig on Thursday, but don't have a gig on the Friday. So yeah, I'll expect then next week. Wednesday will be hopefully, fingers crossed again, Wiki Walker thingy blah, and Friday will be duel if we can get the duel episodes going. As I say, we really are holding on a lot at the moment for what's going on downstairs with Clive versus Ian, and that will resolve itself by Sunday because I've given them a deadline for that, and that'll either advance by them playing their duel, advance by 1 duel, or advance by 2 duels, whatever happens by Sunday. So there'll definitely be some process going on there. After which point, then, yeah, we'll be able to get Dazarino playing someone, whether it be one of those 2, and then Daz playing, or someone playing Lacus. And then we can finally get progressing into the semi-finals properly by that point, and we can bring it all into level pegging. And we need to get Bronx around as well, because he kind of missed the missed the time window that he said he would be at. But
yeah, I know, I'm sad.
I did say I'll give everyone at least 1 chance, and that was Bronx's 1 chance. So
yeah, if I should not give everyone 1 chances, I would not be here right now. Thank you, little brother. Smash.
Yeah. I don't think you should thank him for that particularly. But yeah, I give everyone 1 chance on situations like that. I know life gets in the way. So Bronx has now had his 1. Grunkle's had his 1. Tipster not really had his 1 because we didn't actually schedule the deal anyway. Jerry,
I can't do next Friday.
You can't do next Friday. That's not a problem because we've got 2 other deals at least to catch up, maybe even 3 before that. So we wouldn't need your deal anyway. For next week. So we could easily do Bronx, Grunkle, Tipster, Jerry. Out of those 2, and then hopefully some other duels back down here as well. Hopefully, anyway. so yeah, Wednesday will hopefully be Wiki Wars have a thingy bobby to do. Friday will be duel, and that's the plan for next week. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to do this raid thing because I know how to do it again. And we're going to go back over to Trivia Flash because why not? It's a nice little thing to do. So let's get everybody raiding over to Trivia Flash. RTFQ is going to be the raid message. RTFQ, because we need to read the question, especially over on Trivia Flash. Thank you very much, everybody. I've been Ash the Bash. Go and have fun over on Trivia Flash. And thank you. Good night.
Buenos noches.